Hi, sorry about that. The battery on my phone in the last part was just about to run out, and I'm up at my bed now, um, charging my phone. Um, no, as I was saying, yeah, this guy that I was living with was he was suicidal, not having a fucking good time of it. Um, he didn't kind of have like a knack on like how to talk to women, or what to say or what not to say. Um, Social norms basically. He was very much his own person and wanted to be kind of treated totally independently. There was no there was no leeway with him. There was no this notion of give and take. He was always kind of like taking like from like that's a hard one to explain. He wasn't offering much of value. Not necessarily that he was taking anything, but he wasn't offering anything of value. Um, so like the more and more as life went on, the more frustrated I became. Like at home with home life, whenever I went back there, I felt like I wouldn't be treated great, I felt like my sister was being held to different standards to me. Um, I felt like she had a lot, and I didn't have much. I wasn't really getting much like kind of sort of respect or anything at home. Yes, everything my sister did um, was praised and was recognized and was held to high regard, and no matter what I did, it was shit upon. Um, so there was two very different standards going on there. And as I got kind of older and more kind of introspective and a little bit more introverted, a little bit more kind of quiet, I I kind of weighed up in my head like all the kind of things that women had that I didn't have. Um, like women were allowed to kind of cry on command, um, and a supportive arm would be like put around them. And there was this issue with men and crying, and uh, you kind of weren't allowed cry, or you weren't allowed like express emotion or express feeling, because often with men, great sadness and great disappointment and hurt will come out in things like rage. They'll come out in things like violence, anger, addiction. Um, Been there. Um, there was also another thing on Facebook. Every couple of weeks there'd be a new fucking story about um, a man was spotted in an estate in a white van. Be careful, he might take your kids. Um, I noticed that it was never women that were portrayed as like predators. Even though there are women who are predators out there, women that will prey on younger guys. Women were never portrayed as like predators or sexual deviants, psychopaths or sociopaths, narcissists. There's a ton of these fucking women around, but it doesn't really get talked about. And I felt like society was kind of slowly demonizing men and men's issues, and to be a man was almost like it was a fucking sin to be a man. It's not something that any of us can control or any of us can help. I can't control that I've got a dick. Um, I also noticed that like women seem to have it all. In my eyes, women seem to have it all. I mean, they could go out and get makeup to enhance their face, whereas I and other men who don't wear makeup have to pretty much like this is our face and we have to like get on with it. You know, there's not a lot that I can do about my face, and there's not a lot my male friends could do about their face. Um, I mean, my sister did kind of make me over once. My sister and her friend, and I did not look good. It's not something I would do ever again. Um, yeah, that was a big one for me. Kind of being a man, feeling like you're not trusted around kids, or you're not trusted around other women. Um, it's fucking bullshit. Like, I mean, I feel bad walking behind a girl at night. I'm trying to fucking get home, and I'm walking behind this girl, and she's looking over her fucking shoulder at me. You know, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh God, I'm not gonna fucking rape you. I'm not out to get you. I'm trying to get fucking home. Um, that was a fucking ordeal, especially in town. Anytime, anytime a guy, or even me, anytime I kind of went up to a girl in town, have you got a lighter? Have you got a smoke? I mean, I more than once, more than 10 times, I was told, "Look, I'm not interested in you. Go away." And here's me. I just wanted a fucking lighter. Just wanted a fucking cigarette. Um, so I had to disappear. And that's just really fucking rude. And like, I think I think a lot of guys don't associate women with a lot of like good things. I think there's a lot of like negativity around women, and I think a lot of guys have built up in their head that women are very like stuck up or rude or defensive, um, or they have massive trust issues. And a lot of guys aren't predators. A lot of guys don't want to do any harm. Um, but the minority of women who've had really bad experiences with guys will spread that around like fucking hysteria. They'll spread it around, and other women will pick up on this and become very like defensive or very like hostile or rude, which I don't get. That's a real pet peeve of mine. Lacking any sort of manners or respect, or kind of giving other people their dignity or their integrity. Um, it's also a physical thing about being a man, versus being a woman. Um, a lot of the physical jobs are given to men. Um, a lot of women are a lot less likely to die on the job than men are. Um, a lot of hard grafting jobs are given to men. I think that in that regard, women kind of have it easy, really easy, like physically. But I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. Um, I think that physically women have it naturally harder than men. Periods. Periods are natural. They're not men's fault. They're not men's problem. Yeah, periods are natural. Pregnancy is natural. Both of those two things kind of govern a lot of women's lives. They have to be fucking careful with who they sleep with, contraception. That's actually something that I agree with feminism on, like the right to have an abortion. I would definitely be pro-choice there. I'm all about people having a choice with their own fucking bodies, without a nanny, the government, without this nanny state getting involved. Um, so yeah, as I looked around, I saw a lot of these kind of privileges that women had that I didn't have, and this combined with this demonization of like men, in society. I kind of figured, how am I fucking privileged? Like, what the fuck can I do that a woman can't do? Like, I can go to college, so can a woman. I can drive a car, so can a woman. I can vote, so can a woman. there's more college graduates who are females than are male. The homeless population around the world is astronomically fucking higher for men. Um, I, I'm, I don't know where this thing male privilege comes into. I really fucking don't. I'm searching for my own privilege, and Jesus, I'm struggling to come up with like areas in which I'm privileged, um, over a woman or over the average woman my age, and my kind of like state in life. I'm struggling. I think a lot more support is given to women. Uh, you're not going to be turned away from a shelter if you've been like beaten or abused. There's been so many fucking stories of uh, men being turned away from shelters, um, because they're men, and like male abuse fucking does happen. Not it's not necessarily like physical abuse. It can be, but a lot of it is psychological torment, emotional abuse. Um, I could see how it would happen. If you're at a if you're at a vulnerable place in life, I could see how that would happen. Let me see. Yeah, another thing. Oh Jesus, I need a fucking smoke for this one. Um, Man spreading. Ugh, mansplaining. Just these fucking horrific terms coined by horrific fucking people. Who I don't know. I don't fucking know. Guys only spread their legs apart to protect their fucking testicles. It feels uncomfortable as a man to squash your legs in like that because your fucking balls will get squashed in with them. Imagine your tits were where your vagina is, and every time you closed your legs, your boobs would like squash. Fucking painful and uncomfortable to say the least. Mansplaining, another bullshit fucking term. Look, we're all just people. We're fucking people. Very few people are out to get you. Most people are too fucking preoccupied with their own lives to give a fuck about you. They don't fucking care about you. Most people are too absorbed in their heads to give a fucking shit about you. They're not thinking about you that much. So, like, to me, it's just one person talking to another person. One person explaining something to another person. Is there woman-splaining? Is there femme-splaining? Fuck that. Yeah, that those two words really fucking annoy me from the feminist side. There's no end to their insanity and hilarity, because it's not realistic. It's not part of the real world. It's something that they've made up in their own head because of this victim complex. And it's as I said, it's easy to get into a victim mentality. It's fucking hard to get out of. It's easy to wind yourself up and believe that you're being victimized in a situation where, objectively speaking, there is no bullying or harassment going on explicitly. Get out of a victim mentality. You're not a victim. I would totally consider females more privileged than males. This is not to say that I fucking hate women. I love women. I can see a definite, like, women are kind of like sort of sacrosanct, uh, because they're our life givers. They are our caretakers of our children. Um, Traditionally, anyway. Um, yeah, this video is going on 16 minutes. Who's gonna have the fucking patience to watch this? Whoever it is, I salute you. Seriously. Um, Look, to wrap it up, other than the ability to not have an abortion in the Republic of Ireland, there is nothing I can do that a woman can't do. If you are being harassed, bullied, discriminated against, are paid a lower amount than a man for the same job, that's illegal. That's illegal. You can take them to court for that. Yeah. Look, I'm done.